All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessings and salutations unto the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. Slakia. It's a lot. And, I just pretty much want to go into a topic here, just going off of, land backing off one of the Apostle Ramah's videos that he recently did. And that's basically, the end of this man's time coming to an end. All right. And the man that we're speaking of is the man of sin. All right. That son of perdition. All right. And, matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off with that, in 2 Thessalonians, because as we see things getting closer towards the end, or as we see things happening on the earth, those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, we see that the times that we're in are the end of this man's rule. Okay, so we'll start off with this, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and let's start at verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And that falling away did happen already. All right, we had the Israelites that fell away, that after the time of 70 AD, the diaspora, the Israelites going off to the four corners of the earth, escaping, Jerusalem and the persecution, being coming into the time of captivity, during under the so-called white man Esau, Edom, and being scattered even further to the four corners of the earth to this present day. That was that falling away. But starting when the Lord breathed back into life, that spirit back into his men, there's been a reviving back again of the men of the Lord. Okay, so that time already came. All right, that falling away came. And it says what? "And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition," which you go into the word perdition, it means that son of destruction. And real quick, while it's in my mind, let's get this in Revelation chapter 6. All right. Revelation chapter 6. And let's get verse 4. Revelation 6 and 4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red." And this horse that was red is speaking of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, which he is red all over. Edom means red. All right. Matter of fact, Esau is Edom, as the scriptures say. All right. So it says, "And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." And this is what Esau, Edom has done on the earth, man. He's taken the peace from the earth. This is why the wicked that's in rulership right now, the people are mourning. Why are the people of the earth mourning? Well, this devil is just killing people. This man is polluting the earth. This man is defiling the earth, all right, with his philosophies and so on and so forth. And it said, "And there was given him a great sword," which when you go into the book of Genesis, I believe in the 27th chapter, the blessing that Isaac gave unto Esau was the blessing of the sword. Okay. And with the sword, he's ruling the earth, man. And what's the modern day sword? The guns, your missiles, your pretty much through his military, man, which is what the Roman Empire was known for. Its military might. When you go into the vision of the beast, the four beasts in Daniel's chapter 7, that dragon being the fourth beast, it had what? It had iron teeth, which and with those teeth, it says that it devoured the nations and people. Okay. And those iron teeth are indicative of its military might. All right. Same thing in Daniel's chapter 2. All right. The fourth empire being of the legs was iron. Okay. And again, it stamped the people, as I believe it says, it stamped the residue, meaning, it stomped all over these people. It just completely, the Roman Empire just completely walked over everybody and just conquered people. Fast forward on today, because that head of that beast, all right, being the Roman Empire, was wounded with a deadly wound, but it was healed. All right, during the time of the Renaissance period, after 1,000 years, pursuant to prophecy in the book of Revelation chapter 20, After 1,000 years, that beast was revived, and it came back to life during that time of the Renaissance, which means rebirth. All right, and so that Roman power, that Roman system, is back again here in power in these last days, and it's doing the exact same thing. It's deceiving the people, and it's conquering people, and is just completely walking over all over these nations through what? Through its military might, through its sword. All right, and this is what Esau Edom has done. He's taken that piece. He's brought nothing but destruction. So let's go to verse 8, Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth, man. And again, this is what follows when you come into the presence of Esau is death, man. It's wickedness. That's why he is the border of wickedness, pursuant to Malachi 1 and 4. All right. So going back to the 2 Thessalonians, and when it said, in that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, he's being revealed, man. He's been getting exposed by the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's been getting consumed by the word of the Lord, man. All right. So continuing on, it says, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, and that is worship, that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And this is what this devil does, man. He goes around creating GMO foods, creating humans, causing, famines, he causes droughts, he causes rain to come down. He does all types of things. He even causes fire to come down, from heaven, through his missiles and lasers and all types of things, man. So this man has done things on the earth to deceive the people through his miracles, man. The things that the Most High does on the earth, this man has done it through his technology, through his sciences. Okay. And so continuing on, it says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And this is the time where this devil's being revealed. But now, since he's already been revealed, there has to come a downfall of this devil, because he's been exposed for the devil that he is, right? So verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. And that mystery of iniquity was the Esau, Edom, being in rulership at that current time. That's why Paul is sitting here saying, what? Doth already work. Because Esau, Edom was in power at that particular time that this letter was written. And what was that empire known that was in power? It was the Roman Empire. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay? And we're in the process of seeing this man being taken out of the way, man. All right. So now let's go from there. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 9, because the Lord gave us signs of the downfall of this devil. All right. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. You see, so the Lord gave us signs to understand that when these things start to happen on the earth, we understand that it is the same time when the Lord said he would return. Okay, when you go into the book of Matthew, the Gospels, and even the book of Acts, Yahweh Shai, was told, his disciples that when you see these things happen, when you see the uproars of the people, when you see a nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, the love of many waxing cold, all these things happening on the earth that were given unto us, these signs, then we will know that was the time that Yahweh Shai was going to return. Okay, so it goes on to say, verse 3, 2 Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And you see, this is what we're seeing happening. We understand that now is that time where that dividing of times is coming. Okay? Matter of fact, let's look that up real quick. All right? Because this was another question that was, let me see. Let's get this in Daniel's chapter 7, because again, we have the suffering that you Israelites have endured under the hands of these oppressors, primarily Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. This has been something that we've had to endure. Okay, so this is Daniel's chapter 7 and verse 25, and it says, well, I'll start at verse 23. It says, "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces." And again, that fourth beast has been revived and is now being called the NATO EU nations. And who is controlling the NATO EU nations? It is America, which is the whore that rideth upon the beast, spoken of in Revelation chapter 17. All right. And it goes on to say, "And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise." Right, and those 10 horns being the 10 original EU nations, which back then in the late 50s, it was known as the EEC, the European Economic Community. It consisted of 10 original nations. All right, which now it's I think it's up to like 29 or 28, somewhere around there, or even maybe even 27. But it's been nothing but divisions amongst the 10 original, which, added on to it, so like Spain and Portugal dividing, that used to be just one, United Kingdom and Ireland, that used to be one. Now they're two separate entities, and so on and so forth. All right. But it says, "And another shall arise after them, and shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue 3 kings." And that one that arose after them, all right, which was what? America. Okay, and it says what? "And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings." And the 3 kings that America subdued was the French, the Spanish, and the British. Okay, you had the Spanish-American War, you had the French-American War, and you had the War of Independence. All right, which was America freeing itself from under the grasp of Britain. Again, you go into Revelation chapter 17, and it's the same vision that we're speaking of right here. All right, so verse 25, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times, and the dividing of times." And this is what we're seeing right now. Okay, that time and times is coming to be fulfilled. Okay, and this devil is not going to pass the time that he's been allotted to rule upon the earth, and for the Israelites to be given unto his hand. Because as it says in Job's chapter 9 and verse 24, it says, "The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he?" So the earth is being given unto this man's hand until what? A time. All right. And we know through prophecy that time is coming to an end through the what? Through the signs that we have been given from the Heavenly Father to know that this man is about to go out the door, man. Because he won't last any second, not 1 second longer than what he will. Okay? This man is not going to be able to pass that. So let's go from there. Let's go to this in Job chapter 14. Okay? Because this man has a set limit. There is no passing of it. All right? And the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. So this is Job chapter 14. And verse 5, it says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bonds that he cannot pass." You see, and it said what? The number of his months are with thee. With who? With the Most High. So going back to that 2 Thessalonians, it said what? "He who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." The one that letteth, the one that's letting this man rule on the earth is who? The Most High, man. That's the only reason why this devil, the basis of men, the so-called white man, the lowest of the lowest, the caveman, all right, the scum of the earth, the true scum of the earth, the only reason this man is in power is because the Lord has allowed him to do so, because the Lord has flexed his power by doing that, man. When you think about the Lord allowing the weakest nature of man on the planet Earth to rule the earth and with such ferociousness, you have to understand the power of the Lord to allow that to happen, man. Because look how great this man is. Speaking on Esau, Edom. In the eyes of this world, you would think that, man, this man is unstoppable. Who's going to bring this man down? because of his blessing. He has the sword. He has the capability to just come up into your country and take everything that you got and completely destroy you and leave you barren and desolate, like a tornado came through town, man. That's what the so-called white man does, man. But when you really look at him through the spiritual lens, with a spiritual eye, you understand that this man is really nothing. He's less than nothing. And the scriptures talk about how these other nations are already counted as spittle. They're counted less than nothing. They're not even worthy to be counted as the dust off the scale, man. So Esau, Edom is the lowest of all that. Okay? But see, the Lord let this man in power. But now the Lord has set his bounds. It says, thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So see, this man has an appointed time. Okay? He has a day that's going to come, that's going to come, that he's going to come, his rulership is going to come to an end. And we're quickly approaching that. That's why we see the uproars of the people. All right? Let me see it, because I'm not sure if I read that in that 2nd Ezra 9. Right, yeah, in that verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so also of the highest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and of powerful works, and endings and signs and effects, or in endings and effects and signs, man. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the effects of the things done on the earth, and we're seeing the signs happening on the earth that the Lord said would be happening, man. Why? Because it is that time now for this devil, for his end to come. All right, let's go from there. Let's go get this in 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me from Abraham, let's get this let's start off in verse 7, 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Right, the dividing of times. Right? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, this is the angel speaking with Ezra, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Right, because Esau was the firstborn son. Unto Esau, yes. All right, well, use the computer then. Salakia. And go to the YouTube Kids and just use it from there. Get the tablet and use Salakia. Give me 1 second, brothers. Salakia. So it goes on to say, I'll read this again, 2nd Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Right. And like I was saying, Esau was the firstborn. Unto him should have pertained the blessing. But that's just not how the Lord wanted things to work out. Jacob ended up getting the blessings. And it was all through the Spirit, because when they were born, Esau being the firstborn, although they were twins, Esau came out first. And as he was coming out, Jacob came out right along with him, holding on to his heel, okay, as babies being born, being a sign that Jacob would be at the heel of this man and to pull him down, to bring him down. Because how is the Lord going to bring this devil down? By his people, all right, by the hand of his people Israel. And it's going to start off with Yahushai, who is an Israelite, okay, who is of the tribe of Judah. Okay, so it goes on to say, for Esau is the end of the world. And when you go into this word world, it's eon. He is the end of this age. And this is the time that we're getting ready to come. We're coming to the end of Esau's age, of his rulership. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be established after the downfall of this man. And we're seeing the kingdom being established. The men, the prophets that you see out on the highways and byways teaching this word, breaking things down, we are the kingdom. The kingdom is within us. Lord's will, myself and brothers, like-minded brothers out here on these highways, man, we be those men that are establishing, being the laying out the path, or not laying out the path because the path has already been laid out, but laying down the necessary blocks, which we are those blocks for this kingdom to be built. Okay, and this in itself is a sign of the times, man, because what did Yahweh Shai say? Let's get this. All right. The only sign that you would get was these prophets, man. All right. Matthew 12 and 39. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and 39. Well, let's get at verse 38. Matthew 12 and 38. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. You see? And what that sign of the prophet Jonas was what? The sign of the prophets. Out here prophesying, letting you know these things are getting ready to happen upon the earth. You see, because before the Lord does anything, he warns you. And how does he warn you? Through the prophets. What do the prophets do? They prophesy, which means to say before. Okay? And what are we telling you? That the downfall of this devil is imminent. That the end of his age is nigh. That this devil is going to fall, and everything that he has his hand over will fall with him. His kingdom, his money, his society, his democracy, all this is going to be brought down, man. There's not going to be no stone left unturned of this devil's kingdom, man. Everything is going to be brought down. And this is why it's important for you to let go of this world, man. To not be found hand joined in hand. Because if you are, you're going to be brought down with this devil, man. You're going to fall with him. Okay? And this place is no longer going to withstand, man. There's not much time left of this place, man. All right? This man's kingdom is fallen. All right? And that's pretty much the point that I wanted to get. This man's time has been set, has been bound. That dividing of times, it's nigh upon us, man. That time where the end of one thing and the beginning of it that follows is upon us, man. And it's going to be a true and great blessing to witness the downfall of this place, because let's close out with that. Let's get this in Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. Come on now. It says, There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And Lord's will, we can endure unto the end to see the downfall of this wicked nation, man. This wicked man, the man of sin, the man of perdition. Okay, and he's going into perdition. He's going into destruction. Okay, because this place will be destroyed. Esau's kingdom is going to end with a bang. Literally. This man's kingdom is going to be completely destroyed via nuclear missiles, man. America being that the whore that rideth upon the beast, it will remain desolate. It will be brought down to ruins as a memorial for the people of the earth to look upon and see that this is what happens. This is what happened to the wicked rulership of the earth. It was completely dismantled. It was completely destroyed. Okay? But it's going to be good, because when we're in the kingdom of heaven, the people on the earth are going to rejoice, because the wicked is taken out of the way. And he didn't pass his bounds. He's not going to pass his bounds. No matter what this man does, no matter how much seeking in space and seeking in the oceans and studying of stars and all. This man is not going to escape his bounds, man. And this is why the scriptures tell him, go ye now to your monthly prognosticators and your astrologers and see if they shall save you. You know, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. There is no extending the life of this place, man. Your time allotted has been measured. You have been found wanting, and you're not going to pass your bound, man. Just like Babylon, the ancient Babylon. All right, it had a set measure, and when that time came, it came to an abrupt end, and so will this kingdom as well here in these last days, because this is Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, America. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, the great millstone, and most blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. With that, I say, Shalom.